Oh, ladies and gentlemen, how y'all doing? This is Con Ulrich.
And I'm Ringru, low.
And we promised you earlier this week we'd take a break from the Divisional Disaster Tournament just for an instant, just to bring you this new matchup on Krupa, rank, who was fighting, and what did it bring to the table.
On left-hand side in blue, we have ourselves Odenato playing the 21st Panzer with a flatline income. And on the right-hand side, we have shkodder playing as 84th Infantry, Guards Infantry with a Vanguard income.
So guys, again, just to reiterate, this is not the Divisional Disaster Tournament, so every single bit of units that you see on this match were intentionally brought by their, playing players.
Yeah.
Curious to see already with an Odenato opening up to the north. This looks so bizarre, because I'm like, wait a second, this is not just PTRS spam.
No, it's like proper dudes actually engaged in this squad shatter largely on 4 guys. This is weird.
Not the Odenato, but yeah.
not yeah, no. They're still a little bit undermanned. Yeah.
That's interesting to me too. So we're seeing these P4Cs, and I guess I didn't realize how bad the armor was in those tankettes, essentially. But oh my god, it is really, really hard to watch those things.
Yeah, you got to realize Panzer IV. It's actually a really old tank. It was introduced into 1936. Back in tank armor 30mm. That was the standard.
Well, it's crazy to think the kind of up-armoring and up-gunning that happened across the entire vehicle, and the entire platform, really, over the course of the war.
It is, yeah, it's pretty impressive how they managed to keep it serviceable for 9 years. Of course, there are definitely some faults with it when they up-armored it and up-gunned it, but still, considering the service record, not terrible at all.
No, sir, but we are seeing right now 1311 in favor of shkodder, mostly because of this Odenato opening that he had rushing across that bridge. A little afraid for this SDKFZ 259, but should be able to keep this under control.
Yeah, I mean, I think the northern flank needs to be able to keep it controlled, like shut that down and control the bridge. Yeah, I do like in the center we do have a German Sherman moving through, but he is getting slightly pounded now by the 45mm. He probably wants some infantry support to back him up.
German Sherman, how have we never made that kind of pun before? That kind of like rhyming words. Oh my gosh, it's beautiful. I never realized it.
I'm here all night.
Good. Just I won't feature after midnight. To the north, the Arkansas air troop and a peak rounds getting bombarded hardcore. And I didn't see. Is that tube artillery? No, it's 76. Yeah. Another German Sherman. Pretty sure he doesn't live at 42 Wallaby Way, Sydney. I guess I'm intrigued. We've got this unsupported tank rush across the map, which is just not going to go well, so I'm just really confused.
Yeah, I think he's finally spotted that 45. Yes, he has. And with 3 guns all shooting at that, it should die pretty quickly. I'm actually really surprised the 45mm didn't manage to get a single kill, even on the German Sherman. I think it was shooting side armor for a little bit, so it should have got the kill.
Actually, what's really, really cool is that we have this reinforcement of this, what, 4 tanks? Yeah, all 4 tanks. They bring another German Sherman with 3 more P4s, up-armored this time. But with all of this infantry trying to rush across this open area, this river, and the only thing really slowing them down, these Sniperies, this is actually really, really cool. This was a little herky-jerky, but it's really shaping up.
Yeah, the tanks have pretty much secured the bridgehead and just waiting for the infantry to come in, clear up and capture the town. Really, shkodder, he needs infantry reinforcements in here. He's opting to get an IS-2 instead, which could work, kill the tanks, but he's still gonna need infantry in there regardless.
It's only 8 tanks. Unless he gets a kill every single time he shoots, he's not going to kill all of them.
That's true. The IS-2 has a rather limited ammunition pool for its armor penetration rounds, so it's gonna be a little bit difficult.
That's an exceedingly polite way of putting it. Just check back to the north real quick. The DPs are getting forced back, and the gap has been pretty much sealed. Though I do see 5 more DP squads moving on in, so maybe there's a potential to see a reverse.
Yeah, those guard squads are pretty scary. And yeah, looking up north, it's just really, it's all money Germans here, no defensive German line of infantry support guns or tanks. So this could be a really good push to relieve some pressure from the middle.
Well, as of right now, the IS-2, I might have to eat my words because he fired 2 shots and got 2 kills. So,
He missed the third one, on the Sherman.
Well, the third one is the charm. It might be saved by the fact that the IS-2 has just a completely shit reload time.
Yeah.
Or not.
Just in the nick of time. An IS-2 doesn't shoot too early or too late. It always shoots at the perfect time.
Yeah, I imagine that's probably very hard to hear if you were any one of those tanks. But he only has three rounds left, so he might take out the German Sherman, but that might be about it.
Really do it? God damn that. Yeah, reload is so slow, to be fair. So yeah, unless he gets like a double penetration on one of these Panzer IVs, he's kind of buggered.
I'm pretty sure double penetration would have to mark our video as NSFW.
Maybe a little bit, but I think that's what the people want.
Oh my gosh! Okay, so this push coming into this town to the north, and I'll let that one go for now. But we have these 5 squads moving in. Actually, they unloaded at the perfect time. They were able to get out just in the nick of it, and this should be a very, very quickly taken town. There's not enough here.
Nope. And the Flamen Rifle is going to rifle a little bit of Flamen, but it's not going to be enough against all that Soviet firepower. Same as that Panzer Grenadier as well. He's a little bit outmatched.
Now, if this is me, I'm freaking out and I'm ordering a bomber immediately to drop rounds on my own troops. I know, I get it, it's the 21st Panzer, so you're not looking at like incredible material here, but you gotta do something. Gotta stop the bleeding.
He's gonna need reinforcements. And then we got the IS-2 coming across the bridge. That is a textbook assault, from Shkodder. And yeah, with the IS-2, he can pretty much stop anything from coming down that hill. And that's gonna be a pretty nice bridgehead for him to be in control of.
Wait a second. Those P4s that moved in?
Yeah.
2 of them are dead.
Oh, there's only 1 left. Yeah, like IS-2 does not mess about with it.
It's not the IS-2. He only has 2 rounds. It wasn't him.
What the hell?
I don't know.
Maybe it just like self-imploded.
Given the issues that it had, that was not out of the question. But I'm pretty sure this wasn't German engineering.
Yeah, okay, we're gonna have to actually timestamp on that, but it's probably around about the 7-minute mark or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just been a pretty active match, though, considering this is Krupa, the map with 3 bridge choke points. Like, both sides are really going back and forth with it. We're seeing a lot of armored play. We're seeing, good infantry maneuvering. It's pretty solid work from both sides at the moment, and it's still pretty neck on neck.
But that's what I kind of anticipate, too, though. I mean, 21st Panzer, especially with a lower income curve initially, it is going to give you a little bit of an easier start. It's more forgiving, I think, for the 21st Panzer than a lot of other positions.
Yeah.
84th, though, I'm concerned as you start getting to that late game. Because looking at the investment of infantry that he's got, that means he's investing very heavily in his activations on A and B.
Yeah, it's got a lot of those guard TPs early on, and he got the Avtomachikis as well, so... he is an infantry division, so he should have a decent amount against 21st. But I think what's going to be important is it's going to come down to the tank play. Because both sides are all juggernauts in tanks. Skodder's got the IS-2s, and Odenato has the only King Tigers for the German side. So we're gonna see hopefully some big kitties and big Starlings go at it.
I was watching to the north. He's that one air strike trooper behind enemy lines. There's one 37mm shell went in and killed 3 guys.
Of course.
Of course. I mean, yeah, exactly. Of course it did, because of course it has to.
Yeah, they don't know spacing. They're probably all like standing on top of each other.
Well, once again, German efficiency. We are actually also seeing T-34Es moving west and south out of their bridgehead, which is a brilliant decision. Unfortunately for the scout car who's trying to engage him and maybe, just maybe, freak him out for an instant, it ain't going to go too particularly well.
A 2-3 run rightfully buggering out all the ad position. But he's at a pretty tough tough area to be in for Odenato. Like, that northern bridgehead is deadly. I mean, he's already captured the hill position, and if he starts moving more aggressive down south, that's pretty much gonna be it, I'd say.
It's possible. I mean, we do have this Strofniki over here that might be engaged in this P4C, and the P4C, now that I think about it, the PTRD is more than enough firepower to take it out.
Yeah. We're also seeing our first King Tiger of the match.
Yes.
Which
yes.
is definitely a much-needed unit to take out said IS-2, but it's no infantry support of him. I think if he, he's definitely gonna need some infantry support eventually. I mean, right now, if he just stays on the hill, he should be fine. But still, kind of neck on neck. I mean, IS-2 and King Tiger, it's kind of even-ish. I mean, it's a little bit more towards King Tiger, of course, but the IS-2 also has a fighting chance.
Which is weird to say. Now, there is an IL-2 37 that's been doing some nice little strafing. Did take out a P4C, the one, in fact, that was across the river. But I guess for me... Oh, wait, IS-2 goes down to the north.
And that's a pretty big kill.
Unless, of course, he shows his heels to this T-34.
Like, the T-34 shoots him at point-blank range, and the King Tiger doesn't even suffer even the minuscule bit of suppression.
Meanwhile, the field gun from a billion miles away fires one time and knocks out his loader.
Yeah.
I don't understand.
Yeah, I know.
I don't understand.
I don't understand either. We got a little bit of suppression there.
Firing HE at a King Tiger kind of makes about the same amount of sense as throwing tennis balls at it, but alright, that's fine. T-34 goes down. And this might begin the start of the reduction of that entire, let's say, boil that's in the line.
Yeah. I mean, that King Tiger is pretty much going to negate any armor coming in up north, but the problem is, to take back at town, he's going to need a little bit more than just one fat cat. We've got an IL-2 coming in, and does a decent amount of suppression, but of course not getting any kills.
The Otomachiki right there. Oh my gosh, please don't let the P4 go down to the Otomachiki. That's embarrassing.
That would be really embarrassing.
And of course, here it goes.
Yeah.
Yikes. Down south, in the meantime, we are going to see... is that another DP column? Nope, just a guard column. 5 squads coming on in. Looking maybe shore things up. Maybe they're going to push across this river, kind of take advantage of like the limited fire routes that are really going to be exposed to that town. I really like that. Let's do that. Let's go.
Yeah.
Move south, guys. Move across. Move southwest.
Try to open up another front to exploit. But it's still looking pretty good for Škoda. Like, just that huge northern flank is extremely beneficial to him right now. And, I mean, if all the guys in the town, it's going to be a real pain in the ass to dislodge him. And he has time on his side. Well, he doesn't have time on his side in terms of income, but he has a really good defensive position. What I'm trying to get at.
Well, Škoda over here, I'm losing a little bit of my, fanboyness. Because down south, he's just going to move those guards right into the trees and have them try to engage across that span. I do not like this.
Yeah, definitely you would need some artillery or mortar support to take out. I mean, yes, that's trooping and nothing, but 2 Panzer Grenadiers in there, crossing over the river with no cover. I mean, maybe if he throws an off-bodies, but we'll have to see.
Well, to the north, the IL-2 does go down, courtesy of that Focke-Wulf. The Tu-2, probably not going to get the kill here. 37mm is causing some hassles.
It's nice to see planes actually be useful again. Never mind. Well, never mind for the Focke-Wulf at least. He's not useful anymore to anybody.
No, he's not.
No. Apart from the salvage crews.
It's about time we actually saw a Flak 88 being brought out for its original purpose. Huh, that's really, really strange to see.
Yeah, he has it, in the back line. Nowhere to shoot tanks. He's a pure anti-aircraft unit, which is, it's bizarre.
I'm seeing some light vehicles also engaged to the north as this position starts to get slightly reduced. I'm very much hesitate to say it's going to be for sure. But one by one, these outlying troops are being picked off.
Yeah, these recon armored cars are actually doing a really good job of picking off any of the, easy soft targets that Skoda has hidden about. Of course, PTRDs can make short work of them if they get some critical hits, but scout cars can return fire in a pretty scary fashion.
I do want to make a comment. I know there's another reinforcement column coming up in the north from Odenato, but down south we are going to see that minor push as guard squads attempt to get across the river in the first place. And I do continue to wonder why they just didn't move a little bit further to the southwest before attempting a crossing.
Yeah. Especially with no mortar or tank support, that was really just doomed to fail.
Or nothing else. I mean, you probed it. Actually, looking at this, yeah, I think they've killed maybe a couple of troops in the Pioneer Fuhrer squad, which will pay dividends if it goes down. But other than that, they killed maybe a couple of Ersatz troops, and they pretty much devastated their own guards in the area.
Yeah. I do like how he's sneaking this one Panzer Strike all the way down south here. I don't think he's going to do anything, but I like the thought.
Well, yeah, I mean, but how many tanks are you going to think really going down to that particular position? A little bit unlikely.
Not many. I mean, southern side is usually, especially in that town, it's just an infantry zone.
Certainly is. Another IL-2 coming in, but this one just stays straight bombing IL-2.
Mm-hmm. What's he going for? He's going for the Panzer IV.
I don't think they're going to make that. Let's say you have 2 planes coming in on you.
Got another IS-2 being brought in up north. Yeah, I think northern side has definitely started to stagnate now. I mean, it's a really hard position for Odenato to move in. I mean, he has the Tiger on the downward slope of the hill, but without any infantry support, you can't. The King Tiger can only do so much.
Well, at least we have Grenadiers moving in to maybe close off. Yep, closing off the pocket. That's good.
Mm-hmm.
And a couple of Gepards moving in as some light anti-air support, or maybe some suppression on infantry. Either one will be good, but there's another Focke-Wulf going down. Jeez. Those 37 mils are shockingly good.
Yeah, yeah, he does have a lot of them, to be fair. He has 4 of them set up, which is a pretty heavy anti-aircraft net for 1v1.
Especially with the location of them as well.
Mm-hmm.
Down to the south, okay. Look, now we go back down to the south for a second.
Yep.
See those good guard DP squads are?
Yeah.
They got there without firing a single shot. Why didn't you just do that in the first place?
Yeah, that would definitely have been the better maneuver. Or, using the Zaporozhye squad, flamethrower squad to try to get to where they are and then just, clear through the town on bundled grenade or satchel charge at a time.
I'm trying to find anybody with smokes down there. Heck, the Camarati could have come in and smoked the river.
Mm-hmm.
Which more and more that I think about it, I actually really like that decision instead. So, in the meantime, Mortar is, I think, looking to find the anti-aircraft net. So the 120 mil is lofting rounds way downtown.
Yeah. And because, the anti-aircrafts are pretty bunched up together, keeping them in packs of 2, so there's actually a good chance you can do some serious damage, maybe even killing one.
Yes, indeed. That T2F, or TU2F rather, has been on station for a really long time.
Yeah, it's just been flying around with nothing to shoot him down because there's barely any German AA to shoot him down. So that's pretty good. Keeping eyes on all these German reinforcements. And we are seeing a push into the town now. I do like how Skoda has all his infantry on hold fire, waiting for him to get super close and then opening up. Holy crap. That Panzer Grenadier squad just lost like 6 guys in a second. Oof. Then he puts him on hold fire again and then just opens up for short little bursts. Trying to...
Ooh.
Oh, what the hell killed the King Tiger?
I think it was a 76-2 with the heat ammo.
Alright. I think you're right, but...
Look at look at this, man. That thing got strafed hardcore. It got pounded into dust. I could see it happening. Just enough
crap.
HP just ran out. Well,
I'm really quite shocked by that. That's... Huh.
Well, we have an off-map artillery coming in. Unfortunately for him, anything from the front line and ahead of him is not going to be alive by the time he gets there.
Mm-hmm. I do want to make a... No, I mean, that off-map artillery is, it's a ugly French thing. Just look at it, Colin. It's hideous. It's like someone just put a closet on the back of a... tractor.
No, that's not a closet. That's a wardrobe.
Oh, okay.
Mm-hmm. And since it's a wardrobe, they're what they're trying to do right now is they're trying to sneakily go to Narnia and open up a second front.
Okay, to go through the other side so we can get to London Underground.
Exactly. Yeah. Exactly. I mean, that's how it works, man. I mean, they tried to do the same thing in Bed Knobs and Broomsticks, too.
Mm-hmm.
Only thing they didn't count on was a witch by the name of Angela Lansbury. Charming movie, by the way. Don't know if you've ever seen that, but a definitely forgotten Disney classic. But yes.
Yes.
Ooh, actually, I didn't realize there's 3 mortars there in that central position. I thought it was just like 1, but no. 3 stovepipes, all the 120mm mortars. Now, this could have been a beautiful thing.
Yeah, I do like use of this artillery here. I mean, the going after the anti-air is definitely a good call. He's going after the infantry right now. I mean, good softening him up a bit, but he's not really pushing in that location, so...
I have him showing going after those Zis guns in the back, which I can understand.
Mm-hmm.
Moderately.
Yeah.
Well, another barrage actually going up to the north as well. TOT barrage on 30 seconds. So try to keep an eye out for that one. I kind of see how effective these mortars are against these artillery pieces. Oof, that was quite effective.
Yeah. Those 120mm mortars are really quite scary when they land on target. They just haven't been as popular as they were since release because they used to be really good in release. Now they're in a actually respectable state.
Yes, that is certainly true. Flak 88 is engaging with the IS-2 opposite. Now keep in mind, folks, this is an IS-2 that's been resupplied with ammunition, so now he's a danger to tanks yet again.
Mm-hmm. I mean, really, every single IS-2 really should have its own supply truck.
Yes.
It has to be standard.
Yes. 105 barrage to the north, by the way, does pin down a hefty number of troops inside that town. Unfortunately, not all of them. And the P-grunts that are moving in are still going to face some rather significant resistance.
Mm-hmm. In situations like this up north, where, you have all these armored vehicles trying to take his town, I really wish that flamethrower vehicles are actually good in this game, because this would be a perfect use of, good old flamethrower half-track, but in this game, if you were to do that, you'd go into the town, or go near the town, and then get shot up by all the PTRDs.
Well, that's the issue being so fragile.
Mm-hmm. And also the Soviets having everyone has an anti-tank rifle. Or everyone who's a guard and has 2 machine guns. And you automatically qualify for your free anti-tank rifle, so come on down to Papa Stalin's Rapid Emporium.
I think I've watched that before. JU-88 actually making an AP cluster run on that IS-2.
Really get ya?
No, he's not going to.
No. That could have been pretty deadly, but not going to be the case. I do want to note, all the way back at Odenato spawn, we have his Abdomachiki squad. And that is
quite
sneaky.
Cheeky.
I mean, if he can get out to the northern spawn point in one of those townhouses, yeah, that would be really cheeky.
By the way, JU-88 goes down just to anti-aircraft fire, and I think this Focke-Wulf is going to follow him into death.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, goddamn, that anti-aircraft net has been really on point for shkodder. I mean, he has invested pretty heavily in it.
Oof, yep.
But, yeah. We've got a Broomba. We've got a very grumbly bear.
And now he's pissed. So mortars come back the other direction looking for the 82mm stovepipes. They're, let's say, brothers from another mother. That's Mother Russia, of course, as opposed to the fatherland. Definitely going to suppress him pretty easily here.
Yeah, just those 120mm really scary. I really should maybe think about using them again in my own decks, just seeing how effective they are.
But not to be outdone, the Russians are bringing a 203 down south from off map. as the last barrage comes down to the north from the 105, but it's not going to do too much since there's still an IS-2 and 1.5 billion infantry in that town.
Yeah. I really want to see shkodder take his southern town. I want to see him to do a reversal, and I think of his 203 as well as a T-34 now.
Yep.
And all this infantry, he should be able to get to the other side.
Well, honestly, it should have happened a long time ago.
Mm-hmm.
I realize, of course, God Vision being what it is, but you have to know that no one's going to hold a second line of houses, rather.
Yeah.
But I think you're right. I think we're going to see the infantry's going to get into place. He's going to unload them and immediately pop an artillery barrage down.
Mm-hmm. And there's a 203 artillery. That's going to make very short work of anyone in the area of effect.
Well, we have about 36 seconds to find out for the northern part of that town. I suspect you'll see probably one stress and one partial, but that'll be about it. But you know what? That's all you need. I mean, down to the south, the air starts trooping, and you pretty much know there's just going to be a couple of flamethrower troops.
Yeah.
Because otherwise, I would have thought his P-Shreks might have even seen them. Couldn't say for sure.
And the second, I bet he's going to use the foot infantry to charge up, and then probably just rush in the trucks after the artillery's been dropped. If we look up,
There's a similar approach to the north, yeah.
You see all the way in the spawn point. Now we've got the Avtomachiki here, and he's managed to make it into the spawn point. If anything spawns out of there now, it's just going to get anti-tank grenaded.
I'm just kind of surprised the KT did not go down already.
Yeah, he came in just, a few seconds early enough to avoid a sneaky push.
By the way, initial push over here looks amazing. As, yep, guard squats the southern side of that bridge. They are freaking out a bit because of the flammable buffer, and they do go down. They get captured immediately.
And that's how you do a push, guys, with off-map artillery support. Completely taking that town with not many casualties, really. And once you hold that town, it's pretty easy to hold. So, oh, look up north in the spawn.
And that's a KT. Yeah,
I've been keeping my eye on you. Holy crap. The KT is going to back off hill. I wonder if Odenato is noticing this.
Well, wouldn't it proc? It would give him a contact report, I would think.
Yeah, it would.
I'm sorry, I'm just watching what remains of this town as troops fight over the rubble.
The King Tiger's moving up the same road again. If at first you don't succeed...
Die again.
Yeah. So 25-point man squad just killed the most expensive tank in game. Good.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's dirty. That's so dirty. But yeah, the southern side push has went tremendous for shkodder, and that's going to be another bridgehead under his control.
But here's the issue. I mean, I feel very much like very Sun Tzu in noting that if your opponent is strong on the flanks, he cannot be strong in the center.
Mm-hmm.
And not for nothing, but I feel like this is a moment when Odenato's got to go and get supremacy someplace.
Yes. Definitely pushing in the center would be, with my gold vision though and all of that, would be a good call, because it's pretty, weakly defended. Of course, with a lot of things from Steel Division, people are always very hesitant on pushing in the center, because you don't have the border to protect you.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, it usually always comes down to the flanks, but I do have the heavy mortars firing onto the southern town, trying to make a rival not so comfortable.
Well, the amusing thing as well is that the last 2 or 3 barrage gets dropped just to the north side of that arterial, which really cuts into the ability of the Russians to go and expand that bridgehead a little bit further, which would have been ideal under the circumstances.
Yeah. I'm thinking what Odenato's having a problem with is he has a lot of armored vehicles and tanks and whatnot. Just doesn't have enough infantry, which,
yes,
when you're playing 21st Panzer, you don't have a lot of infantry to begin with, and as much as you hate us as troop, you kind of gotta make do with him if you want the actual numbers to be effective.
Yeah, I guess, but the thing is that you can tell right now he's not picked a lot of C cards for his infantry.
Yeah, he really needs more. I mean, look up north, he's got all these tanks surrounding the town, but tanks can't do anything. And he loses the King Tiger to an IS-2.
Yep.
Yeah, not good.
Yep.
And, yeah.
P4's going to follow the same fate. And the Broombar, the Grumbling Bear over here, well, he's not going to be particularly happy either.
Nope. He's going to be very grumbly after he's done with the IS-2.
I am mildly amused by how effective the 120 mils have been in terms of suppression.
Damn.
Yikes, the other IL-2
Nice.
comes in.
Yeah.
It might get pounced on.
Yep. Down, down, down he goes.
But will he make it out alive? I hesitate to say yes immediately because we've seen some crazy long-distance snipes. That might be one more? Okay, he does make it.
Yeah. Just barely.
Yeah.
Also, yeah. Shkodder just... I mean, he has both flanks really under his control. He's not moving hard, but he doesn't need to. He's playing a pretty defensive infantry division.
Yeah, there was a 173 off-map. Where'd that go?
Down south?
There it is, thank you.
Odenato. Yeah, if he can get it in on the southern side, that can definitely clear out, you know, the town area. But right now, he doesn't have any infantry to counterpush into the town area, which is his problem. I mean, he's got all these tanks, which are nice, but he needs the infantry.
He needs them and then some.
Yeah.
Let's see, overall... Oh no, maybe that's the last barrage? We have opposing artillery strikes. And...
A counter-strike.
Yeah, but I'm not really sure there's an eco round really happening here. Another 173 being brought into the center. So a lot of artillery observers. I'm actually really quite surprised by that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but both sides really taking advantage of those off-map artilleries, which are very good units. I really do like how off-map artillery is in Steel Division 2.
Mm-hmm.
It really has that good power to, you know, cost ratio. Where it's very powerful and it can allow you to do a push, but you only got 3 shots and you got to make them count.
Yes, you do. And that one certainly, first round, certainly did quite well here.
Mm-hmm.
And even, you know, and I'm happy this doesn't happen, but part of me would find it kind of interesting if the bridge actually did explode.
Yeah.
But right now, there's nothing here to push back those P4s, so we could have a very, very successful push here, unless we see some crazy, crazy shenanigans happening. And shenanigans does seem to be shkodder's middle name, not his given name, but his middle one.
I have a feeling these strokies are gonna, to lose their suppressant status, and they have anti-tank grenades, and those Panzer IVs are coming in pretty close.
That's one.
Misses, but suppresses both somehow. And
well,
really get...
Because they're kissing right now, man.
Yeah. A good point. Yeah.
And number 2. And the other one's gift wrap. Jesus.
Ugh.
Oh, Stalin.
He put the Panzers before the infantry.
Well, they did that in, you know, the Battle of the Bulge, too, but we saw what happened to them then.
Mm-hmm. Well, in Battle of the Bulge, they had pattern tanks, so they were doing a whole bit better.
But alright. We are going to see another reinforcement push, which I think is the right call away from Shkodder, getting some last guards in here. Even as Odenato's prospects seem to go from 1 to, well, Odenato nothing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Shkodder just got that good bridgehead to show, and just being able to knock out all that armor in a pretty decisive manner has helped him a lot. I mean, knocking out the King Tigers is huge.
Yeah, and some of them just died such ignoble deaths. I mean, really quite rough.
Yeah, I mean, after Machiki is still alive, I am surprised. It also really speaks, because if Odenato had, you know, 1 infantry unit coming in the northern side, he would have at least spotted it and then cleared it out pretty easily, but...
I will say I do love Odenato's target acquisition in terms of the maps. Because look at this. He saw it was like, okay, I have some enemy infantry coming across the bridge, immediately drops down the last barrage on them.
Mm-hmm. And that's going to be in a perfect location to do some serious damage. I mean, all choked up on the bridge.
If it hits that one spot, yes.
Yeah.
So he's got to go and sacrifice some lives here just to keep them in place for just a few more seconds.
Yeah.
Of course, it could be just be a little bit spiteful in terms. I mean, if you look at the last few seconds here, he is definitely coming down to the wire. But
And the off map hitting pretty well. God damn it! That town is just bloody crater field.
well, yeah, I mean, we have the crater field and we have the moon surface up to the north. And that's the end of the Russian breakout there, at least for the time being. But considering what the entire match has been, I mean, shkodder got himself where he needed to be quite early.
Did a pretty good job of holding his position with just the sheer amount of infantry, and really good infantry, yeah. Just those guard DPs are fantastic troop choices.
Which is weird because, I mean, or actually, wait, guard DPs or just guards? Because I see a good chunk of
Guard
both.
DP, yeah, well, the guard DPs in particular, because of the anti-tank rifles, like early on, he really helped secure the position, and now he's just thrusting in the regular guards because they're really cheap, and you get like 27 of them per card.
Certainly true. And the last barrage to the south causes some havoc to the north. We actually have one more barrage as we celebrate the ending of this match. Odenato, I mean, it definitely seemed to get on the back foot for a good chunk of it, but I think just because shkodder just had a brilliant play there.
Yeah, he had I think Odenato, if he kept up at Central or so, got some more infantry to, secure that area once he got over the bridge, he probably could have had a pretty good chance of actually being a bit more aggressive and taking territory, but that didn't seem to happen. Now, I really want to see how the hell his Panzer IVs died early on. And apparently to an IL-2.
That's crazy. Okay, interesting.
They flew in under our radar and sniped some Panzers. Just like that. And looking at kills,
he acquitted himself really quite well. There's PvP4s and a couple half tracks besides. IS-2 did really well. Actually, if you're an IS-2, you get a really good job no matter what happened.
Yeah, knocking out one IS-2, killed 2 King Tigers, yeah. And after Machiki, actually killed 2 King Tigers in the northern spawn. God damn.
Yeah.
That's probably some of the most ridiculous. I mean, 25 points killed what? Over 300 points worth of armor?
Yep.
That is nuts. That's nuts. And losses, yeah.
Well, I mean, there's that one Focke-Wulf got 3 air kills before dying himself.
It's pretty good use of the Focke-Wulf, but off map, 172 knocked out a lot of guards. But yeah, I think that match really came down to the infantry play. Pardon me. And shkodder's infantry was just much better.
Yes,
Look at the KD. It really speaks for itself.
Yes, it does. But kind of seems rather open and shut at this case. Any final thoughts you want to share?
Wouldn't want to be a King Tiger.
No, neither would I.
No.
I'm not really sure the crown would really work for me in any case. But folks, kind of with that in mind, hopefully, as the week ends, we can look forward to the end of the Divisional Disaster Tournament. I'm not too sure about what's going on there, but hopefully we can give you a nice, great finale to an awful event.
Terrible event.
Indeed.
Don't know who organised it.
I know. Yeah. I mean, geez, it sounds like something that a Canadian would do.
I know, it's bloody awful.
Actually, I think we're looking forward to seeing some more kind of Western Front action as well.
That drops in 2 days from now, if I'm from when this video will be released. So
yes,
that should be cool, because the new stuff that they've added in the Western Front divisions is really sweet.
Yes, it is.
Tell you that for a fact.
Yes, it is. And folks, with that in mind, as always, thank you so much for supporting both our channels. If you have anything you want to send to us, by all means, go for it. But until next time, I'm Con Ulrich.
I'm Rangaroo. Take it easy.